I deleted every app on a Sunday night. By Monday lunchtime, I had picked up my phone 31 times. There was nothing on it. I counted. It started 2 weeks before that, in a small coffee shop near my flat. I was sitting with Emma. She was telling me about a job she had applied for. I was nodding. But I wasn't listening. I was scrolling. Emma stopped talking. She waited. I looked up after maybe 10 seconds. She said, "You do that a lot now." I laughed, but she didn't. That night, I checked my screen time. 5 hours and 40 minutes. Every day. For a month. I did the maths. That was more than 70 hours a month. Almost 3 full days. I sat on my bed and I felt strange. Not guilty, exactly. More like someone had shown me a bill I didn't remember agreeing to. So I made a decision. 30 days. No social media at all. I told Emma, and she said I wouldn't last a week. I think she was trying to help. The first 3 days were the worst. I kept reaching into my pocket. My hand knew the movement better than my brain did. I would unlock the phone, look at the empty screen, and lock it again. Sometimes twice in a minute. The evenings were the hardest part. I used to fill them without thinking. Now they were just long. On Tuesday, I sat in my kitchen for 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing. It was uncomfortable in a way I couldn't explain. I wasn't bored, exactly. I was restless. By the end of the first week, something small changed. I started reading again. Not because I decided to. Just because the book was there, and nothing else was. I finished it in 4 days. I hadn't finished a book in 2 years. Then, in the second week, the problem arrived. Emma got the job. The one she had told me about in the coffee shop. She posted the news online. Everyone saw it. Everyone congratulated her. I found out 5 days later. From Mr. Lee, in the hallway. He said, "You must be so proud of your friend." I had no idea what he was talking about. I called Emma that evening. I apologized. She said it was fine, but her voice was flat. Then she said something I have thought about ever since. She said, "You didn't miss my news because you left social media." She said, "You missed it because you never call me." She was right. For 2 years, I had been watching my friends instead of talking to them. I knew what they ate. I knew where they traveled. But I hadn't asked any of them a real question in months. The apps hadn't taken my friendships away. They had just made me feel like I still had them. The rest of the month was different after that. I started calling people. Actual phone calls, which felt very strange at first. I met Emma for dinner twice. I visited Mr. Lee on a Sunday and stayed 3 hours. He talked about a summer in 1971. I didn't check the time once. On day 30, I put 2 apps back on my phone. Only 2. And I moved them into a folder on the last screen, so I had to look for them. It's a small trick, but it works. My screen time now is about 90 minutes a day. I'm not proud of that number. It's just honest. The experiment didn't fix me. It showed me what I was using the phone to avoid. That was in March. In April, my alarm went off at 5 in the morning, and the sky outside was completely black. I had read somewhere that early risers get more done. That felt true. I wanted more hours, and 5 in the morning seemed like a good place to find them. So I set the alarm for 7 days. Day 1 was wonderful. I want to be honest about that. The flat was completely silent. I made coffee. I rode for 2 hours before the city woke up. By 8 o'clock, I had done more than I usually do by noon. I remember thinking, why has nobody told me about this? Then day 2 happened. I got up at 5 again. But this time my body had an opinion. I was slow. My eyes hurt. I wrote for 40 minutes and then read the same sentence 4 times. By 2 in the afternoon I was completely empty. I fell asleep on my sofa with my shoes still on. Day 3 was worse. On day 4, I burnt my dinner because I forgot it was on the stove. The kitchen filled with smoke and I had to open every window. Emma called that evening and asked why I sounded so strange. I told her I was fine. I wasn't fine. I was tired in a way that sleep at the wrong time doesn't fix. On day 5, something good happened anyway. I took my coffee to the window at 5:30. The sky was still dark blue. Then, very slowly, the buildings on the other side turned orange at the top. Just the top. The street below was still asleep. I stood there for 11 minutes and I didn't think about anything. It was the best part of the whole week. But on day 6, I did the maths again. And the maths was not kind. I was getting up at 5. And I was going to bed at midnight. Every single night. 5 hours of sleep, 7 nights in a row. I hadn't found extra hours at all. I had just moved them. I was taking the time out of my sleep and calling it discipline. The truth is boring, and I didn't want to hear it. 5 in the morning isn't magic. Sleep is. Nobody makes videos about going to bed at 10. So I changed the experiment instead of stopping it. I kept the early mornings, but I moved my bedtime to 10:30. That was much harder than getting up early. Getting up early is one difficult moment. Going to bed early is a whole evening of saying no. I still wake up at 6 most days now, not 5. And I still stand at that window with my coffee. The orange on the buildings is the part one kept. Everything else, I let go. In June, Mr. Lee watched me drink my 4th coffee of the day and said, "You don't drink that because you like it." We were sitting on the step outside his door. I told him that was ridiculous. Then I thought about it for a week. So on the 1st of July, I stopped. No coffee for 1 month. Days 1 to 3 were genuinely bad. I had a headache that started behind my eyes and stayed there. I was slow in the mornings and sharp with people in the afternoons. Emma sent me a message on day 2 that just said, "Are you okay?" I had apparently replied to something with 1 word. I don't remember doing it. By day 4 the headache went away. And then something strange took its place. I wasn't tired. I was lost. 10 in the morning arrived, and I didn't know what to do with it. That was when I understood the real problem. For 3 years, my morning had a shape. At 10, I stopped working. I put on my jacket. I walked 4 minutes to the cafe on the corner. I said good morning to the woman behind the counter, whose name is Marta. She asked about my week. I asked about hers. Then I walked back slowly with the cup in my hand. 12 minutes, every day. I thought I was addicted to coffee. I wasn't. I was addicted to the 12 minutes. The coffee was just the ticket that let me buy them. When I removed the coffee, I removed the walk. And the fresh air. And the 4 minutes of thinking about nothing. And Marta. I had removed all of it without noticing, because I was only looking at the cup. So in the second week, I started walking anyway. Same time, same route. I bought tea, which I don't really like. Marta laughed at me. She said, "You look like a man drinking medicine." But I kept going, and the strange lost feeling disappeared. On day 20, I nearly gave up. It was a Monday, it was raining, and I had a long piece of work to finish. I stood outside the cafe for a full minute, looking at the machine through the window. Then I bought the tea and went home. It wasn't willpower. I just didn't want to start the month again. At the end of July, I went back to coffee. I want to be honest about that too. But I changed one rule. I only drink it sitting down, in the cafe, never at my desk. 1 a day. Sometimes 2, if Mr. Lee is there. I used to drink 4 cups without tasting any of them. Now I drink 1, and I actually taste it. I told Mr. Lee about the whole month in August. He listened, and then he laughed at me for a long time. He said, "I only meant that you drank it too fast." 3 experiments. 30 days without apps, 1 week at 5 in the morning, 1 month without coffee. I expected all 3 to be about discipline. None of them were. Every time, the habit was hiding something else. The phone was hiding empty evenings I didn't want to sit in. The early alarm was hiding a bedtime I didn't want to fix. And the coffee was hiding 12 minutes of fresh air and a conversation with Marta. So now, when I want to change a habit, I ask a different question. I don't ask how to stop. I ask what the habit is doing for me. It's a slower question, but it's a much better one. Thank you for listening to Slow English Listening. If these stories helped you, please like the video and subscribe. Next time, I'll tell you about the week I said yes to every invitation. It went badly, and it was wonderful. Until then, take care. Bye.